Hi friends, hope you're having a great weekend. Today we are going to do a pre-market analysis on gold. Before going to the session, I suggest you watch the pre-market analysis which was done on December 7, 2025. On December 7, 2025, I mentioned that there are two chances that can happen from this area of last week. And the first option was from the range of 4,198, the market can go up to 4,340 plus range. And the second option was from the zone of 4,209, the market will get rejected, come to the daily time frame order block, and from there the market can go up. So let's see what happened after that. While coming to the area, while checking, what I found was when the market started, when the next candle was formed, I came to see that there was a trend line liquidity at this area. You know what the trend line liquidity is? The trend line liquidity area is the area where the retail traders are interested to enter the market. And from this range, market has taken support and have gone till 4,351. So now what is happening or what is going to happen in the next week? Let's find out. First of all, let me remove all the drawings for you. While looking into the last month's analysis or last few weeks analysis, I mentioned that if you check our previous videos, you can see that I told gold would rise from this area and the area between 3,902 and 3,819, and the area of rejection which I mentioned was from, this is the rejection zone, was from 4,215 to 3,843. If you check this video also, you can see that. And if you check my last previous week's video, before this structure was formed itself, I mentioned that gold would go from this range. Let's see how much or how many pips did we capture in the last 1 month. From here, gold tapped on the area of 3,898, and from here all our members have taken a profit of around 3,200 pips. But in my previous week's videos and in our premium community group, I mentioned that there are always chances that gold would come up to the range or the fair value gap in between 4,265 range, which is this. This was the range which I mentioned. So again, I told you that market would reach up to this range. Gold is in a order block zone in between, selling order block zone or a supply zone in between 4,314 to 4,381. It's a 4-hour zone. This zone is the final supply zone or this selling zone of gold. Now, I know what will be your question. Will gold fall from this area, or what is the next movement of the gold? Let's see. While looking into the retail liquidity zone, I can see that there is a good support in the retail liquidity zone of this range. Let me mark it as liquidity. So you know what happens here. When there is a retail liquidity, the buyers, the retail buyers are always willing to enter at this area, and if the market comes down to the area of 4,190, there will be a buy, there might be a buy again, that there is a support from the retail traders as well. But while looking into our zones, I see that the main support in the daily time frame is from 4,110. Let me clear this. 4,110 to 4,018. This area would act as a strong support for the gold in the coming days in the daily time frame. It doesn't mean that it will come to this area, but I'm telling you, if the market is coming to this area, then there would be a strong buy from the area in between 4,110 to 4,118. Now, as the gold is in a rejection zone here, if we go to the 4 hours time frame, I see that right now gold is in a support zone in between 4261. It is in the 4 hours time frame, I would say, to this range, which is 4202. This area will act as a buy zone for the gold. This area will act as a buy zone for the gold. So what is going to happen in the 4 hours time frame? Let me go to the daily time frame itself. See, in daily time frame it is like this. These are the support zones in between 4261 to 4202 and 4110, 4018. If this support zone breaks, so in the 4 hours time frame, the chances are market would go and tap to this range again. It can come down, take support, and it can go up. This is the one probability that can happen, or that is going to happen. The second probability is gold from here directly, maybe it can come little bit more down and go up, or from the range of this market can go break the rejection zone in between 4314 and 4381. It can go further. So these are the second chance. You need to always keep in mind that there is always a higher time frame order block in between this area. There are always a chance for the market to come at this area, but it doesn't mean that it will come here. This 4 hours time frame is also a great support for gold. So keep that in mind and trade safe, my dear friends. I was also checking into parallel channel analysis. I would say it's a mathematical analysis where while checking from this area, I can see that this is a strong rejection zone. I mean, it's a parallel channel rejection zone till 4408. But if this parallel channel rejection zone is breaking, and if it is going high, taking a support again, this will become a support zone. Then the next stop for gold would be 4800 or something like that. So for a long term, gold is always going bullish and it can reach up to this range. But it doesn't mean that you should go for a long or something like that. You need to wait for the proper setups. You need to wait for the proper order blocks, and you need to wait for the proper analysis that is posted in the YouTube channel as well as in the groups. So I believe that you have got an idea on what is going to happen in the coming weeks. Also, you should keep in mind, my dear friends, that coming weeks are very crucial. December month, all the institutions will be inactive. Until January 10th or January 15th, most of the institutions will be inactive. There are two chances that is going to happen. Either there will be highly volatile, or the second thing, there will be no volume in the market. We need to see what is going to happen next. So many people were asking why the gold went so high last week. Technically, the gold was bullish from the area of 3912 or 3904. Technically, gold was always bullish. And in the last week time, if you see the economic calendar, you can see that the news was negative for the dollar on Thursday, December 11, where the dollar started crashing so badly, people started investing in gold, and from this area, gold has traveled almost, or gold has gone almost 1748 pips. And for the news for the coming week, on Tuesday we have non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, core retail sales and all. So these are all huge news for the gold. If the dollar is positive, definitely gold will fall. If the dollar is negative, definitely gold will rise. And on Thursday we have CPI news as well. This week you should be very careful in trading, because mostly like Thursday we have a news, Wednesday we have a news, again Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we have a news, and Friday also we are having a news. So also gold is in a supply zone. So when gold is in a supply zone, mostly what will happen? In my previous videos, as you can see, when gold is in a supply zone and when a news is coming, it will be negative for gold. And just imagine if the market is coming and tapping on the positive zone, mostly the news would be positive for gold as well. So dear friends, I won't suggest you to trade at this area because it is an all-time high range. I never suggest you to trade at all-time high range. If you want to trade, I'll ask you to trade after 4,385 range is getting broken. If this range is getting broken, then you can again go for a buy if it is coming and tapping on this area. So this area, which is 4,381 and 4,314, will act as a support zone. So wishing you all the best, my dear friends. Trade safe, trade with proper risk management. Thank you so much and all the best.